Hi there, students. What's the difference between prognosis and diagnosis? Let's see. Prognosis, a noun. Prognosticate, a verb. Prognosticate. Diagnosis, a noun. Diagnose, a verb. Diagnostic as an adjective. Okay, let's see. Prognosis and diagnosis. For doctors, the diagnosis is when they tell you what's wrong with you. The identification of an illness, an identification of the cause of the illness, why you are ill. Yeah? So, the doctor gave the wrong diagnosis, but after some blood tests, he rectified that. The prognosis is a forecast, a prediction of the course of the disease, of what's going to happen, based on experience and knowledge beforehand. So firstly, the doctor diagnoses a disease, and then the patient wants to know the prognosis. What's going to happen? Are they going to recover? What are they going to feel? Will there be any lasting effects? Yeah? So the diagnosis is the identification of the disease, and the prognosis is how it's going to play out, what's actually going to happen. Let's see. You can use these words to diagnosis and prognosis for other things as well. So what's your prognosis about this current situation? How do you think it's going to play out? What events do you think are going to happen? What is your diagnosis of this situation? What caused this situation? Why did it happen? So to prognosticate, this gives the idea of to tell the future, to prophesy a future event. So the economists were prognosticating a depression, okay, a financial depression. Yeah, the diagnosis for this was inflation, for example. Yeah, okay, so to diagnose, to recognize a disease, to recognize the nature of something, to analyze the cause of something. So a mechanic can use a diagnostic machine to diagnose the problem with your car engine. Yeah. The prognosis is what he says will happen if you don't repair it, or even what will happen if you do repair it. Okay, so a prognosis is the estimate, the guessing of the future events of something, particularly for diseases. So a forecast, a prediction, an expectation, and a prognosis is based on knowledge, on previous experience. Let's see, if this disease is caught early, there is a good prognosis. If it is diagnosed, detected and identified early, then the prognosis is very good. Okay, so to diagnose, to decide what is wrong with something, an analysis of something and the conclusions reached from it. Yeah, whereas the prognosis is how it's going to play out, how it's going to go on. So formality. Diagnose, diagnosis. I'm going to give it a 6 in formality, use anywhere. Prognosis, 6.5 in formality. Prognosticate, 7 in formality. So prognosticate I would only use in a semi-formal or formal writing. Prognosis you could also use in a semi-formal conversation. Diagnosis or diagnose use anywhere, but they're still on the formal side. Now As to origin, okay, so prognosis comes directly from Latin prognosis, which comes directly from Greek prognosis, foreknowledge, pro, before, and gnosis, knowledge, yeah? Knowledge, gnosis, knowledge is linked to that word gnosis as well. And then diagnosis, again from Latin diagnosis, from ancient Greek diagnosis, dia, through, and gnosis, knowledge or to know. So knowledge about what a thing is. Diagnostico in ancient Greek, to discern. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Diagnosis versus prognosis. Diagnose versus prognosticate.